Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Kotobukiya's Zoid aggressive line. We have the Geno breaker. Now this is a 1/100 scale full action figure, meaning that it's ready to be played with outside the box. There is that 1/72 scale HMM mold kits which separate, and those does require a bit of build time, but Kotobukiya is trying this something new, which is great. I got mine from Amiami. And I can't wait for this one since we've been getting the Ligers. They made 4 Ligers so far. The last one was the Blade one, the Blade Liger. And this is cool. Here we go. Here's the box. Got that metallic finish, or pretty much the stainless steel on top here. On the back side, gotta give us a little preview of what to expect inside. Seems like there's a lot of panels, including that claw thing. That's really awesome. This is going to be a blind review as well, since it's been a while I watched Zoids, but I'm fairly sure that Geno Breaker is the antagonist of the show. It goes against the Blade Liger, very powerful, and had that crazy mouth laser. Yep. Right, so price-wise, we're looking at 9,200 yen. Basically, it's $100. Yeah, it's usually roughly $1. It's about 100 yen, give or take. It fluctuates quite a bit. But about $100 for this figure. Now that is quite pricey. I think the other Zoid figures are about, I think they're about $70, around that price point. So definitely it's quite a bit, and I think the mold kits itself, they're about $100. So there is a trade-off there. But then again, the action figures, they're ready to be played with, and depending on the scale that you prefer. Actually, I do like the scale that they are in, that the 1/100 scale. No, it doesn't mean it's a 1/100 scale. It's going to be as big as a Master Grade Gundam. Gundams and Zoids are totally different things. I believe Gundams are bigger. But anyways, that's the thing with that. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so here we go. The more I looked at it, it's more of a raptor as opposed to a T-Rex. Having that claws and the crest there. Yeah. But definitely really nice details. And I thought this will just be grayed out, but they've actually painted the claws here with silver. Same thing here. That's quite great. Yeah, very nice. I really like it. And even the eyes here, they have that clear plastic on top. Really cool. Right, so going over articulation, let's start with the head here. You have an extendable neck here, which you can push back, you can pull. It's a ball joint right there. You can open up the mouth, and you have that cannon inside, which you can move. Let's see here. You can move the crest. You can actually point this forward, which is quite nice. But other than that, everything here is fixed. Now there is some gimmicks, but I'll go over it a bit later on with the flaps here. It goes along with the rest of the tail. It's basically to opening up the vents for the Geno Breaker when it's about to use its mouth cannon. But moving down here, articulation wise, I believe you can extend this, but you have a little bit of movement there, and wiggle this. I think this one, yeah, it's on a ball joint. Then I think this was just a hinge, but you can push it back to kind of lock it in place. Now the shoulder here is a combination of a hinge and ball joint. Definitely you have quite a bit of movement there, and you can just kind of push it in. But for those who are curious, it is a ball joint, and I'm just gonna pop it back in right there. Then you got joints here. Actually, this, I would think that this one will be movable, but I guess not. Then you have those knobs there. Yeah, partly there's still gonna be a little bit of knobs here and there, but that's something that you can clean with a hobby knife. Good thing it's on the other side, it's not noticeable from here. Then you got your elbow articulation, you have the claws, they're individually jointed, I believe, so you can move them separately, which is nice. Well, except for the bottom part. So the top two claws you can move around. There we go. They're actually quite sharp too. So careful on that. What else we got here? We got this, and it feels like there's supposed to be something there. Huh. Wonder if I'm missing something, but that's that. Then the same thing with the legs here. You can extend it out because of that hinge joint. You have fairly good articulation with that. You have this cannon here, which is pegged in. There is a little hatch there you can open up. I can't remember if there was lasers or rockets, but it's a separate weapon. On top of that, articulation wise, we kind of went over it. You have a hinge here. You can push this down and kind of extend it, make it taller. You got the flap here for the thrusters, and you have this one as well, like the anchoring point. Yeah, so it's really great. Now moving back, you have a segmented tail. You can bend this all the way in that manner. So very articulated tail right there. Really nice. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for the main body. Now let's take a look at the backpack. Alright, so we have the backpack here. I'm gonna call it that because it's more than one thing. You got some thrusters here. I believe this is the reactor with the intake, and you have this giant claws here on the side. So it's more than one thing. And I just want to share a comment on my other review. This is with SH Monster Ars Curio. Someone wasn't too happy that I called the thing on the backpack. The thing is, it's a combination of bazookas, rocket pods, and thrusters. It's a lot of things, so I just call it a backpack. It goes on the back of Curio. But I asked him, so what would you call it then if you don't like the term backpack? He called it guns, because it shoots out. Yeah, but what about the rocket pods and the thrusters? You cannot just call it a gun. And that just lost me there. Or basically, he's trying to make a valid point. You cannot just call it a backpack. It's too general. But when he tries to give me a better answer, it's not better. It's a lot worse. So, anyways, the backpack here. It has a peg connection. It does swivel a little bit. So putting on the back of the Geno breaker, it's slightly tricky. And they're using that what is that? Like a hexagon shape. So actually it does take a little bit, but I already attached it before, so it should be fine. And you have to kind of wiggle it back and forth. There we go. And I think it's all the way there. It does help if you want to extend this, which is another cool feature about this. It has an extendable arm. You can slide it from that. I believe it's pegged in there. It's also pegged in through this section here. And this thing can extend up far. It does not bend any more than that, but it does bend back to its shape, which is quite nice. Also, you have this thrusters here, or veneers. You can move that up. You can move the second one too, and I think the third one is molded in. Whoop, and I guess you can pop it out, which helps with this review. So you can definitely move this out. It's like that's hollow, but that's towards the inside. You won't gonna be able to see that, as we can see there. So that's great that you can move that out. While we're at it, we can move this in front as well. Now this has that nice silver paint on it, kind of like the claws, and it's a really nice pincer. It could really do some damage. And I think that's what the Geno breaker does. He grabs his opponents with his two giant pincers, and he blasts him with his bout lasers, or even the side things. So definitely he could impale someone with this. I kind of wish, I wonder if I can move this around. There we go. I guess, yeah, that could work maybe. Yeah, it's kind of limited on how far you can stretch this out. I guess this is the farthest one you can do, and you have to kind of fold it around. Otherwise, yeah, I kind of wish there's another joint there. But I think it's fine the way it is. Anyways, it's a really cool gimmick. Now for the iron cannon, I think that's what it is on the mouth here. Alright, so for the vents, probably start with the tail. Let's go with that. So we can put this down, open this up. Well, a little too much. So maybe up to that point, same thing here. Just opening up the vents. Actually, it'd be nice if it actually opens up at the same time. You just have to open one side. I think they do that with the mole kit. I remember my Berserk Fury, which is closely related to this one. There we go. So we got flaps for each segment of the tail, which is nice. Then on to the head here. Gonna open this up, open it up again. There we go. We got the flaps here, and even the bottom side, I believe. There we go. Along with that, we're gonna mount down the foot. There we go. Kind of get him in that position. He is kind of hunched down. Let me just adjust that. There we go. A little bit better. Let me reattach this thing here. Maybe push this down. But yeah, definitely it is what we've seen in the show. Having those vents. There we go. Now we just need some effect parts to go with that. Alright, so next to the blade liger, yeah, those pincers are amazing. It's ridiculously huge. Alright, so making some few adjustments here. And if you can display the liger getting caught there, definitely will help with the some stands. But yeah, he could definitely hold up a liger in that aspect and do some damage on to the side or something. Yeah, really cool. So yeah, overall, this is a great figure, the Geno Breaker. I really like the design. You know, it is very menacing with those giant claws and a lot of posability. Really, really cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the review. Again, this is the Kotobukiya Zoid Aggressive line, the Geno Breaker. I can't wait for them to issue the other ones. I think the next one will be the Liger Zero. Something tells me they're gonna make the other ones, the Panzer, the Schneider, and the Jaeger. And hopefully they make more other Zoids. Like the Black Horde, I think. I forgot what the Triceratop looking one is. But definitely there is a lot of Zoids out there, and there's a lot of possibilities. Anyways, that's it for the review. Hope you guys like that. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.